The Forex market is not for everyone. This is not a place where you can step in with the hope of getting rich quickly without effort. It is a brutal game where the weak, the undisciplined, and those without a solid strategy will be quickly devoured by the market. Only 5% of traders survive and make consistent profits, while the rest keep repeating the cycle of losses, burning their accounts, and eventually leaving the game in frustration. But does that mean you will fail too? Not necessarily. Today, I will help you identify 3 types of traders who will always fail in the Forex market so you can avoid these deadly mistakes and build your own path to success. If you find this content valuable, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the next valuable lesson. 1. Trader. The gambler. I once witnessed a friend step into the Forex market with eyes shining with confidence. He didn't read books, didn't learn, didn't test any strategy. He simply deposited money into his account, opened the chart, and pressed the trade button. He won. 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades. His account doubled in less than a week. He laughed arrogantly, convinced that he had unlocked the secret of the market. But then, with just one sudden reversal, he lost everything. His account, his dreams, and his faith in himself. This is the story of thousands of traders out there. They are not trading, they are gambling. Every trade they place is not based on analysis or a plan, but is merely a roll of the dice in a bet against the market. They are consumed by emotions, chasing after hot setups, getting caught in the endless cycle of greed and fear. When they win, they believe they are invincible. When they lose, they panic, doubling their trade size in a desperate attempt to recover. But the market does not care about their emotions. It doesn't know who is winning or losing. It moves in its own way. And those who trade without a strategy will soon be eliminated. Why do they fail? Because they lack discipline. Because they trade no differently than a gambler standing at a roulette table, betting everything on red or black, hoping that luck will smile upon them. But unlike a casino where at least there is a fixed probability of winning, Forex is a game where there is no room for luck. You may win a few trades, but a losing streak will come, and if you don't have solid risk management, it will wipe you out in an instant. The only way to break free from this vicious cycle is to save yourself. Build a clear trading plan. Learn to control your emotions, because emotions are the biggest enemy in trading. Manage risk by risking only 1–2% of your account per trade, because the market is not a place where you can gamble everything. And most importantly, never trade just because you fear missing out. A successful trader is not the one who wins the most, but the one who knows how to protect their account from the market's temptations. If you are still trading like a gambler, stop. Reflect. Because in Forex, the only person who truly controls your destiny is you. 2. Trading analysis addict. There's a story like this. A hunter goes into the forest carrying dozens of weapons, bows, rifles, daggers, steel traps. He spends the entire day observing, measuring the wind, calculating the movement of his prey, and examining every footprint on the ground. But when the prey appears in front of him, he hesitates. A rifle or a bow, aimed for the head or the heart? Is this distance close enough? In that brief moment, the prey escapes. This is exactly the image of a trader analysis addict. They spend hours drawing trend lines, testing every indicator, studying every trading system, but when the market gives them a signal, they hesitate. Analyze a little more, wait for confirmation from RSI, or check Fibonacci one more time. In the end, they never place the trade. They think they are preparing, but in reality, they are avoiding action. The market does not reward the smartest. It doesn't care how much you know about Elliott wave, harmonic patterns, or complex trading algorithms. The only thing that determines whether you win or lose is whether you dare to execute the trade or not. You can analyze perfectly, but if you don't take action, you're no different from a spectator, just watching money slip through your fingers. Why do they fail? Because they don't trust themselves. They believe that somewhere out there's a perfect strategy, a holy grail tool that will help them win without risk. But in reality, no method is perfect. Trading is not a game of certainty. It's a game of probabilities and discipline. The only way to break free from this vicious cycle is to simplify. Reduce the number of indicators, focus only on 1 or 2 tools that you truly understand deeply. Apply the 80/20 rule, because 80% of results come from 20% of the most important tools. Remember, the market doesn't pay the best analysts. It only pays those who act with discipline. You can continue searching for the perfect strategy, or you can start trading right now with what you already have. Because only when you truly step into the market will you learn how to master it. The choice is yours. 3. Trader, undisciplined, constantly changing strategies. There's a story about a gold miner. He went to a mine, dug a few meters into the ground, but found nothing. Disappointed, he gave up and moved to another location. He dug again. Days passed, but still nothing. He kept jumping from one mine to another, constantly changing, never staying long enough to see results. One day, another man came to the exact spot he had just abandoned, dug a little deeper, and struck gold. This is the tragedy of the trader undisciplined. They constantly switch strategies, jumping from one method to another, searching for the holy grail, hoping to find a perfect system that guarantees wins without effort. Today they trade using price action. Tomorrow they see someone making profits with indicator X, so they abandon everything they've been following and chase after the new method. But just like the gold miner, they never dig deep enough to see results. The Forex market is not a place for the impatient. No strategy can show its effectiveness if you don't give it enough time. Every method has its cycles of wins and losses, but if you keep changing, you'll never know if a strategy actually works. The reason they fail is simple. They lack a solid foundation. They are easily swayed by emotions. Seeing someone else post profits makes them doubt their own method. They don't have a trading journal, no data to evaluate, and most importantly, they lack persistence. They don't stay long enough to see success. The solution? Pick one method and stick with it for at least 3-6 months before evaluating its effectiveness. Record every trade, every mistake, and every lesson learned. Discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you develop every single day. Don't let the market turn you into a puppet controlled by emotions. Master this game by mastering yourself. Because in trading, it's not the smartest who win, it's the most persistent. Are you the gambler trader jumping into the market with the hope of making quick money, only to be swept away by waves of emotion? Feeling arrogant after a few wins, then panicking after a single loss? Or are you the analysis addict, spending hours staring at numbers and signals, yet when the moment arrives, you hesitate, convincing yourself that you need just a little more analysis? Or perhaps you are the undisciplined trader, constantly chasing new strategies, running after the latest million-dollar secrets online, but never sticking with any method long enough to see results? If you see yourself in any of these, don't worry. Everyone has made mistakes. Everyone has been one of these failing traders at some point. But the difference between those who succeed and those who quit is not in their mistakes. It's in whether they are willing to change. The market does not care who you are. It does not reward greed. It does not favor the timid, and it does not hand out profits to the impatient. It only gives opportunities to those who can control themselves. So today, will you continue repeating the same old mistakes, or will you become a more disciplined, stronger, and smarter version of yourself? Share your thoughts below, because who knows, a small shift in mindset today could be the turning point in your trading journey tomorrow.